High temperatures sweeping across the nation.
Dangerous heat wave across the south turning deadly.
Paramedics took 10 people to the hospital today.
7 more heat-related deaths confirmed.
63 people died across the state.
Reaching hospitalizations similar to the COVID-19 pandemic.
More than 150 million Americans are under heat alerts right now.
It's not cooling down anytime soon.
I was just 10 years old and it just shattered my whole world, honestly. Oh, this is my favorite picture. This is just me over his shoulders with the crazy hair. I didn't understand why he passed away. I didn't understand how. All I wanted was answers.
Nos dijo, vayan a la iglesia, yo voy a ir a trabajar y vengo y ya las llevo a la pulga a pasear a comer.
He was working in a home with no ventilation. The employer had noticed he wasn't feeling good, but he still rushed him to, get the job done.
Estábamos esperándolo y nos llamaron, pero pues para que fuéramos al hospital a verlo allá.
He collapsed in front of the house. They didn't even call 911. They just left him there. My brother just died on his way to the hospital.
Cuando le checaron la temperatura tenía más de 115. Por ahí dijeron los doctores que si lo hubieran levantado media hora antes, él había vivido. Pero que desgraciadamente ya lo levantaron ya cuando sus órganos ya estaban colapsados, que ya no podían hacer nada por él. Decidí que mi hijo siguiera en la mente de todas las personas que trabajan en la construcción o en trabajos duros.
We did a lot of activism work. I tried to tell the story as much as I could, how my brother passed away and how preventable his death was.
A new state law in Texas will soon invalidate mandatory water breaks for construction workers.
Governor Greg Abbott approved a law that would eliminate city and county ordinances.
Many have expressed concern over the changes this bill would bring, especially in this triple-digit temperature.
The Texas construction industry is one of the most dangerous in the nation. This past year, there were 334 people who died, and it's only going to get worse. Employers see rest, shade, and water as a threat to productivity. Here in Texas, a large part of the workforce is made up of immigrant workers. And of course, many workers in the construction industry face the threat of retaliation when they assert their rights.
Hay patrones que son bien exigentes, que han corrido a los trabajadores porque dicen que quieren un descanso porque está haciendo mucho calor.
With the amount of construction sites that we have here in Texas, it would take the current amount of OSHA inspectors hundreds of years to actually visit every site. And so oftentimes, OSHA doesn't come in until something bad has already happened.
Temperatures in the summer of 2023 were the hottest that we've ever seen. So we're on a path towards unprecedented amount of exposure to high temperatures and relative humidity every single year. And these events have no precedent. And in some sense, that makes it impossible to know just how bad this is going to be. The Houston of 2100, given a worst case scenario emissions, is the same as Delhi is today.
These are events where we have above 125 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yes, and the Miami projection, basically from July to August to September, you need to be in AC immediately, or worst case scenario, heat stroke is going to happen to you. So the difference in these scenarios is just, it couldn't be starker in terms of the public health consequences. How will construction workers, farm workers, people who have to be outside, people who don't have access to air conditioning, people with underlying medical conditions. How are they going to respond?
We're seeing people younger and younger coming in to the emergency rooms, to hospitals. We know that climate change will create those conditions of excessive heat throughout the country and throughout the world. And it's our responsibility to bring it to people's attention, to advocate for the people sometimes who cannot advocate for themselves. So these are the cooling towels. Anyone can die from heat stroke, and if there's no other message, this is a message to drive home. Everyone is vulnerable. When your core temperature rises, your organs begin to swell, your brain begins to shut down, you get confused, you lose coordination. You cannot control your body temperature, it just keeps going up. You can permanently damage your lungs, your heart, your kidney, and your brain. People often think that just drinking water will prevent heat stroke, when actually what's already happened inside your body and with your organs requires much more.
Hi, Brad. How you doing?
Hey, Monica. How are you?
It's good to see you.
Our workers are really the essence of our industry. Without them, we can't build buildings. There's no construction sites without workers.
We've done some cool things with circulating air. We've installed 16 fans in the high bay ceilings to get airflow going. We also have a full-time medic, and part of his job is to promote the wellness program with electrolytes, water stations, going around twice a day on the hot days, handing out ice pops and water to everybody. Nice. We have cooling tents equipped with misters to cool people off, break areas that are air conditioned.
It's a lot about change management too, right?
It is, and convincing people that they do need to take care of themselves.
Yes.
Construction historically has been a rough, tough game, and it's okay to show emotions, it's okay to show weakness. We're here to help you, and that's what we build our program around.
All right, guys, so we have another very hot day today, so please remember, if you feel like you're getting fatigued, tired, disoriented, anything like that, please just take the time to get out of the sun and take care of yourselves, okay? So these are some information there on heat illness, just signs and symptoms, different things to look for.
Our planet is warming up. So this is going to be a hazard that we're going to have to deal with. And there is a competitive advantage on protecting the health and well-being of our workers, because we understand that protected, healthy workers are productive. Absolutely nobody should be dying at construction sites.
Companies often argue that they can just self-monitor, that they don't need requirements from the government to protect workers. Unfortunately, when we look at the thousands of injuries that happen and the number of worker deaths, that shows a very different reality. It shows that there are some folks who are just never going to do the right thing unless they have to. And so what we really need now is for the federal government to step in to offer some of these basic protections, because this is something that impacts workers across a vast array of different industries. These are the people who are delivering our mail, who are providing our food, who are building our homes, our schools, our offices, who are building our cities. And they deserve to be protected.
After sharing my brother's story so many times, I know Texas isn't the only state. I know more people like my family are gonna suffer. I wish for more people to speak about the matter, because I know it's just not going to change with just one person or a few, a handful. It just takes a lot for somebody to listen, or for the right person to listen.